okay. You probably do remember me. I was going to say you probably don't, but you probably don't meet that many supernatural detectives. I'm so sorry. I am sure you're aware that the hex that was on you has returned. Unfortunately, I didn't realize this at the time, but the location that we were at, it wasn't safe, and there had been some dark practices put in place to prevent me from fully curing you of the hex. I'm afraid they were tipped off, and, they were able to put a counterspell in place in that area. So, whilst I had believed my spell had worked, it actually had only temporarily worked. Just long enough for me to be convinced, and then, well, I found out later, you see. So I am very sorry. But we have brought you to this location, and this is one of our areas very close to our headquarters, so this area is actually protected, and the areas around it are protected. So there is no way that any counter curse could have been placed here. Simply not possible. So, I want you to relax. Do you remember me telling you about Mr. Panagio? Huh? Well, of course you saw him for yourself, didn't you? Well, he's been at his old exploits again, you know, stealing things that don't really show up on the radar of normal people. Not just money, he steals money, but other things. And we've been very busy trying to keep track of it all. I'm afraid that you might end up crossing paths with him again. It's okay, we're going to protect you. But he's concerned that there's something special about you, and we're still trying to work it out. But we think he's right. Now, it's not a concern to us. It's delightful. You have a power in you, the power of light. It was no coincidence that you were there that day at that bank. Mr. Panagio felt your presence, but I don't think he knew it was you. He felt a powerful presence of light, but he didn't know where it was coming from, and I'm not sure if that's still the case. He might have worked it out. He's been visiting everyone there, and he wouldn't have sensed anything from any of the others. So that only leaves you. Therefore, as well as me removing this curse, this hex, I want you to stay with us for a while. You'll be looked after. We have an incredible headquarters here, very magical, very safe. and you will experience incredible things and see incredible things. We are with the light. We fight on the side of goodness, and we know there's something very special about you. Very special. We want you with us, and we need time to work out what it is about you. So, what do you say? Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you've agreed to stay. Now, I'll explain more later and show you around the place. It's huge, and there are thousands of detectives like me here, and others, wizards, etc., to protect you. No one would ever attack this place. You're very safe here. Okay, so I'm going to do a very similar spell to the one that we did before, but as I say this time it will be permanent. Well, it'll last as long as until the next hex is put on you. I'm only joking. I'm sure it will never happen again. You never know, perhaps you will learn to harness this power that's in you, and perhaps you won't need me to remove these hexes. Perhaps in time you will be shielded from them ever being put on you in the first place. We will have to see. So, as we did before, I want you to relax. I want you to follow my voice. I want you to sit back or lie down. It's important that you're calm. And now we will begin. I want you to relax. I want you to relax. You are relaxed. I want you to relax. You are calm. You are calm. I'm speaking to you telepathically. You are calm. I'm speaking to your mind with my mind. Calm. The more you hear my voice, you are at peace. The more relaxed you feel, you are at peace. You are at peace now. At peace. You feel calmer, protected, and calmer. You are protected. You feel more and more relaxed. Protected. As the peace washes over you, you are relaxed. As the calmness washes over you, you are relaxed. You feel more and more relaxed. You hear my voice. You relax. You drift deeper and deeper into relaxation. You feel calmer now. You are calm. You feel calmer and calmer as you hear my voice. Calm. You, the calmness surrounds you. It covers you in this calm feeling. You are calmness is washing over you. At peace. You feel the peace. You are filling your mind. You love the feeling of this peace. You are at peace. As you drift deeper and deeper into relaxation, protected. For you are protected. Protected. You are protected by the peace. Protected. You are protected by the calmness. Protected. You feel calmness as you hear washing voice over you. Feel the calmness washing over you. You feel calmness as you hear my voice. You feel the calmness washing over you. Feel calmness washing. I am speaking to your mind with my mind. Feel and you calmness washing over you. As you drift deeper and deeper, feel fully into relaxation and at peace. You feel fully relaxed. You drift deeper and deeper. You into relaxation and peace. Relaxed and at peace. You love this feeling of relaxation, fully and calmness and at peace. As you fall deeper and deeper, feel into relaxation and at peace. You love the calmness makes you calmness and joy. You love the calmness makes you feel with calmness and joy. You love the way the calmness makes you feel with calmness and joy. You drift deeper and deeper into relaxation and joy. It's in your nature to become. In your nature to become. It's in your nature. You love to become relaxation. It's in your nature. As the calmness washes over you. It's in your nature the feeling to become relaxation. You are relaxed as you hear my voice. You fall deeper and deeper. You are relaxed now as you hear my voice. You are relaxed now as you hear my voice. You are calmer and calmer. You are relaxed now as you hear my voice. You are calmer and calmer. You are in complete control. 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 And now we will gently bring you back into this awareness. And as you come back, you take your time and you are calm. And you breathe. Okay. Well, you'll be pleased to know that the hex has been permanently removed this time. And you have nothing to worry about. Well, I'm glad you decided to stay here. And I'm excited, I should imagine as you are, to find out about this power you have. We have much to learn together. Now, allow me to show you around the headquarters. Let's go.